Oh, there we go. Now it's plugged in. Hey, it's Gemmalady, and now my mic's plugged in. So we're gonna go rift crystal farming, and we made it. Like, I checked right before I logged in. I don't check on stuff. I mean, I check like about and certain other things, and when I post, but other than that, I really don't check. I make sure like certain stuff is the way it is. I update my pawns. I haven't updated in a while. Yeah, we're gonna I made it. So I'm so excited. I mean, I thought 100 was good, but 200 is fantastic. I can't believe it. Last time I looked, it was like 156 or something. Anyway, so we're going to go rift crystal farming, and I have with me, let me tell you who I have with me. So we've got, uh, now I'm on my alt. So this is my alt account, and it's Magic Archer, Natch. And I've got a ranger here, and she's a great gamble ranger. Um, and she's going to be teaching the ropes to someone. And then we have Galadriel, and Galadriel is freshly minted. I mean, she just hit 100. Now, have I been like on it all the time? Like from the minute I made her? Nah, not really. And is this her final? Like, look, no, this is what I slapped together because we hit 100 maybe about 20 minutes ago. And this is what I had in my inventory. But I actually have other stuff that I want to Dragon Forge, and her bow isn't Dragon Forged, and neither is like her outer garments. Well, I mean, other than her cloak and her daggers and her pattern gamison is and stuff like that. But yeah, so is gonna she's gonna eh, go all the way till 200 as a ranger so that she gets uh, because rangers and warriors get the same max to their strength, but she'll have the added advantage of getting some stamina behind it. And then, of course, I have Barahir, which is my main. So we're off and running. Oh, here's everybody's equipment. So I have frame A blades and Blackwing bow, and Kate has frame A blades and Revenant whale, and Galadriel has frame A blades, and again newly minted. So I didn't intensely farm. I didn't do a whole lot of stuff. I just kind of plink plonk my way along with her, and then bear her. She's an old veteran. Actually, Kate and her both are, because I've had them for several years now, and they were all I had for the longest time. So and this is just for fun and for rift crystals. All right, so we let me make sure everybody has stuff because I kind of logged in and did my thing. Let's see. So let's yeah, I just grabbed everybody really quickly because actually I was doing this all day. Okay, here we go, and off we go. And while I may not farm all of the chests, I'll probably walk up to them and the chests that have level 3 items in them, and but I may not like farm all of them because just I've been doing that today. Don't feel like doing it right now. All right, so let's give Kate what she needs, and she needs a lot of mushrooms actually. I'm gonna give her, yeah, I'll give her her usual amount for Great Gamble, and Galadriel won't need nearly as many because she doesn't have Great Gamble. I'm gonna wait. I actually have a quest for her to get her um, Savior Ring, which I'll do tomorrow. And she'll have her Savior Ring, and then I'll plop that on her and get rid of the Dragon Blood, probably. And then I have a belt that I want her to wear instead, and a different headpiece, and all of that sort of stuff. But haven't had it's on my Magic Archer right now, so I don't want to give it to her. Um, and I didn't have time. I was like scrambling. All right, let's see. All right, we're good there. Let's see. I probably need, because we're on hard mode, I'm going to chew through mushrooms and stamina curatives like a crazy person. So, it's so nice that she's gonna be able to carry so much. I didn't even bother, like, doing my usual strategy of going for death right away because I need to pitch the two pawns that were with me so that I can, and I didn't have time. I was basically, I could see it was like we'd kill the monster and she'd level up. We'd kill a monster and she'd level up, and we kill. And so I was getting close, and I didn't want to go over and into over level 100 because I already messed up my build a little bit, but not too bad. Oops, we're close, so that's all that matters. And wouldn't you know, like maybe 10, maybe about 15 minutes ago, I got the last Elder Ogre, and she got the last bit of the Immortal set, so which was hilarious because I was running around. She was running around with the two pieces. I hate the headpiece incredibly, so I just won't even put that on her. And so right before we got two Elder Ogres like bang bang, and she got the rest because they were stubborn and they wouldn't show up. Although death was like everywhere, and I was knocking them down. And at first, when I went over there, I was super really low level, pathetically low, and so it was a challenge, as they say, and then I run because I can, I'm barely like knocking little bits off death, and that's when he likes to really swing and wipe out your party right where you have very little rift crystals, so you're not anywhere where you can get to a rift stone. You haven't repaired any yet. You're always in some awkward place. It's hilarious. So onward. Let's give everybody what they need. Okay. And let's go. So those of you that are on PlayStation, I know we have only a couple weeks to wait for a big game to come out, and also there was an announcement today. Actually, it was out a couple days ago, but apparently those that were in the know couldn't say anything. Oops, couldn't, uh, which was unusual. They couldn't, hey, Slayer, they couldn't announce anything about it. And so this morning, actually a few days ago, there was a little blurb about PlayStation Blog and that there was going to be a big announcement about the PlayStation 5. So now a lot of the data is out, and if you want to know about it, I definitely would read Digital Foundry stuff because they're pretty unbiased. In other words, they're not gonna, they're not Microsoft fanboys, and they're not Sony fanboys. They're not Nintendo fanboys. They just kind of tell it like it is, and you can disagree or not disagree. And I like to look for people who, when they give their opinions on new consoles, that they're what's the word I'm looking for? Unbiased, and not make it and kind of telling it like it is. That's what I'm looking for. So a lot of the information is out. Um, I watched part of it, but Mark Cerny is hard to watch. I watched about 45 minutes maybe, and he some of it he lost me, and he had a whole lot of words with very little, like hardly any diagrams, very little, just sort of explaining some things. Some of it went, I understood it. Some of it went, phew, not right over my head, but I didn't know what it meant in terms of, um, me, Joe casual player like me. And I don't play shooters, so I don't know when he was talking about certain things, he lost me, like left me on the side of the road. And then he got into the soundscape thing, and apparently the sound is going to be something. So like where you're going to think it's really raining in the room, and I'm looking forward to that. So like because I have good headset, and I'm looking forward to that for sure. So it's all out there for people that are interested, but that was the big news. I think I was gone. I had to venture once again into the world of the grocery store, and now they've got some things under control. I found it interesting that the shelves that have wipes, bleach, um, hand sanit, there was nothing. There was no bleach. There was no hand sanitizers. There was, you know, toilet paper was limited. You could only take one. I knew that already. Bread was, you're only allowed one loaf. It was, but like, I wasn't there for those things, but I thought I'd stroll down those aisles because I just wanted to see the frenzy of whatever happened that I saw last week had died down. And at least where I live, for the most part. But they've closed restaurants and bars where I live. And a lot of other businesses are closed, but most retailers are open. And it's just unusual to go by the mall and see that it's pretty much empty. And then when I did go in the grocery store, this woman must have taken 500 wipes and pretty much washed the entire cart. And I was just like, just wash where you put your hands. I mean, and then kind of keep one like on you maybe, or maybe have some, I don't know, on you. I had a little portable sanitizer on me, but I wash all my fruits and vegetables anyways. Like, I still think it's goofy. I still think it's crazy, for sure. All right, so we're all set to go, right? And I think I'm good, because let me make sure. Yep, I've got one. And I think I'm good up here too. Wait, what about me? Oh yeah, that's right. It was intense. It was an intense thing. And I figured out what was going on with warriors. So Galadriel had been a warrior, and I could not for the life of me figure out, like, well, yes, I could in a way. I had a hunch, and I was watching. It wasn't just, it happened the other night. If you remember, I had two warriors in my party, and they were doing some things, and then I played with mine yesterday, and I saw her doing some of the same things, and I thought, oh, I know exactly what it is. I knew it like almost instantly, and I thought, well, I'll just kind of let it go. It wouldn't happen in my game, which was, in my own world, but when she was out in other worlds, it would happen. Which, of course, I have to farm for my own rift crystals, which is fine at this point. It is what it is. And I figured out what it was, and it's very bad. And I thought, I'm glad I figured it out. So, if she ever does become a warrior again, that will not happen. Well, it'll happen because they all do wacky doodle things at times. You can't control all of it, but you can limit it for sure. So, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Um, but yeah, that was pretty funny today watching this woman. She had to be 30 something. Um, sorry. And she was washing the entire cart. And I found that interesting. Hello. And I mean, like, I thought she was going to get down on her hands and knees and wash the damn wheels on the thing. And the funny part just, poof. And now the local news station was, let me make sure, I haven't changed. No, I haven't purified anything in a long while. Um, and I will eventually. So, like I said, Galadriel is not, that's not her final form. This is what I had for her, that she's going to wear something else entirely once she reaches level 200, if I ever get her there, if I ever decide to. And I have to dragon forge things and all that, but I also am farming my own rift crystals. And so I don't have people running for me nonstop getting my pawn rift crystals. So I'm doing it. And I'm remembering, by the way. So it's cool. But hey, Pam. So I have another setup that she's probably going to have when she finally reaches level 200. If she stays as a ranger, she'll have one setup, or strider, because she could go that route too. She's going to have really high strength. And if she goes to warrior, I have a completely different, I've got it worked out what I want for her not augments, I'm sorry, her inclinations, because I figured out what was going wrong with the pawns the other night. And you wouldn't think it, but I noticed it not in my own world, but when I had to hire her outside my world. And I thought, that kind of goes against what you consider as conventional wisdom. And I, I think it has a lot to do with kind of when they're still learning things as well. Go ahead, open up. Why don't we open this up, shall we?
Inside. A greater goblin comes.
Was it typically? It's the accepted setup. They're climbing. Like they're climbing dragons, and not just one or two, but like all of them. And of course, that's certain dragons it doesn't matter. Like it's so with certain dragons it doesn't matter. I all know they're going to climb at times. If the dragon like drops down right in front of them, then a lot of times all pawns climb, even mages and sorcerers. We've seen it happen. And if you say yours doesn't, trust me, it does. It just, you can limit it, that's all, and it depends on what you play. Like if you're playing at range and I'm dropping a dragon, it's going to be at range from me. It's not going to be on top of me. It's typically farther away because I'm at my, maximum range to hit it. And my range is the same as striders and rangers and assassins. I mean, we all have kind of the same range. I would say probably rangers can be even farther back, possibly. I don't know. I don't play ranger that often. In fact, I would say, I don't play it really at all. I play strider because it feels like assassin or magic archer. Those three feel to me the same. That's why I like them. Um, and I always feel like I'm lugging around that heavy bow. I can feel that bow. And if you're used to it, then it's no biggie. So, but when they start climbing dire drakes, that's a problem because then they get lit on fire. And then a mage, if they're with you, they're typically going to have to stop whatever they're doing, and they're going to have to. I'll talk to you about it, Pam. They're typically going to have to stop whatever they're doing if they're casting as soon as they kind of notice it, because no matter how you program your mage, like in there somewhere is medicant. I mean, if they've got anodyne or halidum, a lot of times they're going to do something. And so, but not always, but sometimes. And it just kind of depends. And you can give pawns things to carry, but then now you have to think ahead. And sometimes we don't always think that way. And so she would, now probably at another level, I don't know because I just don't remember how Barahir was anymore. She was my warrior, and I just don't remember. Um, and and like I said, in my world, she didn't do things. Um, but that doesn't mean that she wasn't doing these things in my friend's world that we're hiring her a lot. All right, let's go. So I worked it out, and I think if Galadriel ever does play warrior, which is possible, then I've worked out what that's going to be, um, and what those inclinations have to be and how they have to be set up, so that you minimize as much as possible. And I mean, I've seen Gem climb. Okay. Hi. I've seen Gem climb like, all right. Well, that was done. I've seen Gem climb Garm, and I've also seen Valkyrie do it too. So it's not unusual, but the whole time they're on it, they're whacking away at it. They're not. It's dire dragons are funny. They get on them and they lose their minds. They kind of crawl around and stuff, and they don't really do anything. They don't hit them or anything. And all right, is there any? Did you guys pick it all up? Is that it? All right. Apparently so. Well, I'm going to let you all go on in here and have at it with these guys. I'll take this guy out. I'll do you a favor. Go ahead. There. I'm going to set them up. She's still learning. So this is what we'd call a training run. All right, and here we go. I do not have Great Gamble on Galadriel because that's not what she's going to be doing. Oh, God. I feel like I just did this like 100 times. So, you know, if you don't want them climbing, you gotta look really closely. It's one thing if they're jumping and all of that sort of stuff, you know, and whacking. It's another thing if they're climbing, because then they're not doing anything on those dire drakes, any of them. It's not so bad if they're frost worms or if they're thunder wyverns. You know, I mean, yeah, they're gonna get chilled and all that. But that fire stuff lights them up, and then their health starts to erode and all. And again, if you're at that point where you don't have like the best sets of armor on them and not high resistances and all that sort of stuff yet, then, you know, sometimes that's a problem.
Treasure, perhaps?
And it's annoying for the person who, of course, I love missing this guy. I've had my fair share of them all day today. Just like every chest I felt like I opened had one of them in there. And, gods. Alright, let's go. So, alright. So I think the same thing that I've put on Gem is what's going to work eventually on like a warrior pawn as well. Like the same kind of setup. So in other words, if you're planning to make a fighter after they get to level 200, then that setup should start now with their inclinations. Because one of those inclinations is causing them to get in really close, really tight, and then they're climbing. Oh, I said I wasn't good. Well, that's right. These don't count. I wish they did. Everything that you picked up yourself, I wish it counted. That would have been of great help to me today. All right. Let's see what fun we have in store for us. Because the last time I thought I was going to, like, throw pawns out the window. Because I think we got... Ah, good. Okay. I feel like I'm on vacation when I get one of these. Alright, now we can handle it at our leisure. Right? Okay. Let's go. Let's see if I... You know what? I think I'm going to knock him down a little more. Don't move. There we go. Okay, let's get this right in that heart. There goes another one. Okay. Remember that it looks like a reticle, but your reticle's in the center there. Right in the very centery center. Alright. Knocked it down some. Okie doke. Oh, that was kind of cool. Alright, let's see if repeat performance of about 20 minutes ago. Alright, nice, Kate. I saw that. Alright, nice. I saw that great gamble shot.
This.
It won't budge, sir.
Too many possessions. Maybe more a hint
Yes,
of
thank you,
success.
Kate. It won't budge. I know. Thanks.
It is not defeat to flee from battle, Master. It is survival.
So I'm so glad that I didn't, dupe all the Hydra scales that I had and all of that stuff. I'm so glad I didn't. And because, let's see, where do we want to go next? You know what? I think we'll do the full tour. So we'll skip Midnight Helix. We'll do the full tour because she can do Midnight Helix with her Arisen. Yeah, that feels good to have cutting wind again. Alright, here we go. Off we go, off we go, off we go. Don't roll in the water. What fun times do we have?
To arms,
Oh.
Arisen. Go on, Brutal. Dead in your ears. Sirens.
Ah, sneaky little buggers.
It is too powerful.
Oh, that's right, I don't have a warrior on me. Oh, he just hit his own guy. That's priceless. Well, she is going to learn about these guys. Oh, God, I got to get away, got to get away. Got to get away. Oh. Okay, let's be sneaky. And I'll tell you what, I haven't played as fast in my life. Normally, when you guys see me, like I'm chit-chatting and pausing and all that sort of stuff, and I went so fast for me. I mean, I did God's Bane over a few chests, but gave him like X amount of time, and if it didn't happen, it didn't happen. I was ruthless. I didn't give the pawn. Oh, God, he's still here. Oh, back, back, back. Let's double check for Bestial High. No. He is... Alright. There's one down. Okay, wait, because that breath right there, he may be dying, but I have walked into it and then gotten poisoned. It's not fun. Alright. Let's pick all this up. Let's go to these guys. Who's still awake here? He is. There was a nice blast arrow. Somebody probably used a... Nice. Hope they used an oil arrow. I think they did. Because he looked, you know, like doused, and then usually the other one will, like, hit it with a blast arrow and light him on fire. It's hilarious. We love it. We love it. Oops. All right. Okay, so now if you're like brand new and you don't know what's going on, you're like, well, I don't have this. It's because I've already beat Damon like first form. So as soon as you beat his first form, all the happiness and light on Bitter Black changes if it's ever happy and light. But you know, the enemies change and things get a bit like different. And after a while, you start to be able to know you're either got this or that, this or that. The same even with pre-Damon. So, you know, all right, let's open this. Where you kind of know, oh, it's this. Although it always takes me a little longer to remember that, just because I'm in such a rush to get to Damon and to get to the goodies, the good chests. All right, so, well, you know, I'm waiting for all of them to show up here. What's this? What is this, girls?
Stone, animated by magic. Golem.
All right. Let's see if I can get to his back. Oh, they're handling it. So that's going to leave us with the leg one. That's the beach. That's where a warrior comes in handy, I'll tell you, sometimes, or a fighter, because they'll just whack at that one. No, it's not over. Oh, it's on the other foot. Okay, I see it. Alright, barbed nails would have been good on Galadriel, I think. Whoa! She may get them. But I actually left her with a dragon blood and an ice ring with 90 strength, so again, this is her, like, temporary setup. It's not her permanent setup. She's not going to probably be wearing the Oblivion, or the Shadow Hood. She's probably not going to be wearing the Shadow, chest piece, which this one doesn't have health on it anyway, but I hadn't had a chance to Dragon Forge what I actually am going to put her in eventually, and I don't have the boots I want for her yet. So, but these boots are pretty doggone good. I think she has, what did I get? I'm never, you know how that is, where you're like, yep, so she got the maximum item carrying capacity boots. So I was like, yeah, you're going to wear them. Because I'm going to have her look like my my Galadriel on PlayStation 3, which didn't wear the full Shadow set or the Shadow headpiece or any of it. She wore some other things. Although she has part of her outfit. She's got the bow. She's got her... What else has she got? She's got the cloak. She's got her Delta Guard. She's got her daggers. It's just I had the Oblivion boots and another piece for her. So, and that's what we're going to go with. And she'll have a different headpiece, but that's on my Arisen for now. Alright, so off we go. Off we go to the races. Not wasting too much time. I bet you we're going to get Poison Undead. Oh, why can't it be Lizard Boys? I really like the Lizard Boys. Oh, it's Lizard Boys. Come on, Lizard Boys. you know what, and I do love Geosaurians because I just think they're cool looking, you know, with that red and
What's
black,
this?
just very cool looking. Lizard boys out of all of them, um, not so swampy looking thing types. Just like the Pyrosaurians are pretty awesome as well. Did I get doused? Did he douse me? Yes, he did. I'll grab that.
This looks interesting.
Okay, whatever. Okay. All these chests have alternate things in them, but I'm not gonna save and God's Bane for Rift Crystals because I've maxed out, so I don't need to. All right, off we go.
What's this?
And Slayer, I'm sorry, I when I posted, I you're gonna YouTube's
Access to the
terrible.
rift is
Um,
vital in the bowels of such.
I,
Let's see more.
I saw you made 2 videos, and I have to watch them. Oh yeah, these are level 3 gear, and that I would God's Bane for. So both of these hold level 3 gears. I've done it so often today that I'm kind of like dizzy with doing it, and like God's Baning in front of these chests. So oh. And I probably don't need to. I probably have plenty because I did it earlier today, and I probably don't need to. I can probably just. But you know how that is. I think on my one I have something like 300 gear 3s. So. Which Slayer always picks on me for not dragon dragon forging everything and like gold forging it all. Oh, you know how that is. You're just like, but I only want to dragon forge and like gold forge the stuff that I play with instead of all this random stuff. But I probably ought to one day just sit down and just go for it, you know, just get out there and like go to the Dark Bishop or some Cursed Dragons, you know, with pawns that need Rift Crystals. And hey, there's a thought right there. Thanks, Slayer. I know you didn't give it to me, but you kind of did indirectly. And just, you know, like get stuff dragon forged and then gold forge all of it. I mean, all the weapons that I have and all of the, you know, pieces, parts of things. Although I do have, you know, I have the Shadow set, I have the Oblivion set, I have the Hellfire set, I have the Traitor set. That stuff's all Gold Forge, and I think the Carrion set and Grave set is the only stuff I don't have on my main account. I'm pretty sure that's the only stuff. All right, no, we don't want that. Um,
Stay with me!
but yeah, I'm pretty stoked. So the next time, like if you see Galadriel, she'll have her Savior ring, and everything will be dragon forged, and but you won't see her for a while. I was just so stoked to like hit level 100, and again, I don't play every day all day. Well, I do play, but I have to like farm my own rift crystals. So, which is, you know, sad when I feel like I've helped so many people and then shafted. So, done. All right. So we've had a bunch of new people or returning people come back here to our community, Pawn Hub, and it's been interesting because I sort of exchanged some things with a guy who is looking to build his pawn, and he's using the shortcut method, you know, of um, using throw blast to kill everything, and um, unfortunately, so I imagine then that's the way then that you won't have a God's Bane. You're There we go. Okay, so even though I didn't get the one down below, we're all good, right? All right, where are you, my girl? Wrong girl. Where are you? Come on. Here you go, sweetie. There we go. Just wanted a brutal treatment of pawns. Just, I didn't feel like climbing up there and doing all of that. All right. And so,
I'll take that.
and yet there were all these people that were posting pawns for hire and all right around his level. So, folks, if you're from Pawn Community, like scroll down through the posts. Because chances are there's somebody there that you could send a message to, like, hey, you know, run with my pawn, I'll run with yours, and you get kind of a mutual thing, because that's how I met uh, two of my friends, and we played with each other's, like, pawns, and there were always other pawns we played with, too. There was a lot of people playing at the time, so, you know, there was a lot of I'll hire you, you hire me, and then there was a lot of returning of rents and things, and but still there was always like a core group of people that you were always like, well, okay, I ran with your pawn, now I'm gonna go back to so and so's pawn, you know, and run with them, because you know you get used to stuff, and you know, like how the synergy between the pawns and between yourself. And so I urge people to do that. To look through the posts. It's nice when you have a pawn that can help you out, like a mage pawn that's level 200, that's got all their stuff gold forged, has full bestiary knowledge, has all of that good stuff, can keep you safe, can do all of these things, because I'm running with my own, but I'm finally reaching the point um, where what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not gonna I'm not so heavily reliant on her anymore. Although I'll tell you what, it is nice when we run into two drakes on our way to um, Damon, and you know, everybody's getting burnt to toast, and she's cleaning us up, and that's very nice, because then I don't have to pause, go in, use a curative, and unpause. I can just fight all the way through, and I don't lose my momentum, and that's quite nice. All right, let's drop all this stuff off. A couple of these things off. I betcha I don't need this anymore. I think I can dump one of these. That's because I had Galadriel with me earlier, and you know, I had to keep an eye on her health. I'm still going to have to kind of keep an eye on it because she doesn't have any health stuff on her, really. I mean, better resistances and things, but you know. Alright, in we go. What's this? Oh, okay. Yeah, Kate's carrying enough. Ooh, so she was using some of her stuff too. Cool. She's gonna be a quick learner. Okay. Cool. You never know what they're gonna pick up. Always oops, I don't need that anymore. See, I'm still thinking in terms of where I was earlier this afternoon. Well, actually, after dinner. actually, I don't need that in here either. Alright, so... Oh, I forgot to give her mushrooms. Okay. Way to go. Busy talking, not doing the right things here. Alright. And then... You know, I'm gonna leave Kate alone. I think we're good there. Good there. Yeah, these guys like this stuff. I'll tell you what. That's my new fave. It's expensive, but it's my new fave. The good thing is they don't use it when they're doused. Oh, I know what they will try to do, though. And I think I'll just toss this in there just for giggles. Alright. And let's give everybody a topper. Everybody good there. Everybody's good there. And we're good. Okay. Alright, so yeah, and another last minute thing I kind of threw together was I definitely am I gonna rest or we'll step in here and then we'll step out. That always saves. It's a quick save. Out we go. Perfect. Was and it's not permanent. It's not nearly as permanent as my other way of fixing inclinations, but it's it kind of depends on how how much RC you've got, where you've spent it, because to purify things costs, um, repairing the rift stones around here costs, and I was real stingy this time, and also yeah, very stingy about and strategic about where I did it, which ones I did, and I know that it always gets done eventually. And I learned something by playing when I was playing on Gem and leveling her up and leveling up my Mystic Knight, that there were some that I could leave till much later, and I always was a proponent of get it done like as soon as you can. And I had done that before, and now I found, well, there's other things I can use as a stopgap. Alright. Good, he's dead. Okay. I'm wet. Probably gonna get wet again, so... But what the heck. It's only a game. Whew. Alright, will this be a man-eater? No, we'll get an Elder Ogre instead. Just drops in out of the rift. Yay us. Dead. Okay. Good thing we can't pick this. Whoops. Sorry, girl. Well, you picked it up. Onward. Alright. We all here? You'll come as soon as I do this. So anyway, back to inclination. So I changed Galadriel, but it's a temporary thing. Like, it'll last here with us. And hopefully now I'm going to be swapping out one of the pawns that I'm using there. And, but it doesn't matter because the pawn I'll hire has pretty much the same, inclination setup. And again, it's for training purposes and all that, but they're slightly different. Okay, let's see, what are you going to do? Oh, you know what? Let's not be silly here. Let's not be silly. Get around here. Come on, eyeball. God, he's in too close. I can't get at his eye. Yeah, we gotta go. Let's go. He's in way too close, and I can't get at his eye. So I don't care about his tentacles. You guys can take that off. I gotta hit him in the side of the eye. Here we go. Turn around. Okay. Wonderful focus item for us. I can see he's trying. Nope. Yep.
I'll scale it! Strike while it's distracted! Not working! Watch for those tentacles! Let's have these. I'll strike its tentacles!
Keeping my eyeball. Just watching the little tentacles fall off them. There we go. Oh. Wow, I've been mixing up that command a lot today. I must be tired. Super tired. There's a Sorcerer's Quartz right by my feet, which the game is reminding me, don't forget to pick that up! Don't forget to pick that up. I would have seen it, game. Don't you worry. I would have seen it. There we go. Alright. I've had these float in the air, too. Like, up in the air and had to, like where I'm leaping off of stuff and trying to grab them at the same time where they're up in the air. I bet a lot of you guys have had that happen to you too, like odd weapon drops, not weapon drops, but material drops, and they're like floating in weird spots, and you're like, I need that. Why is it there? I've worked hard for that. Why couldn't you just fall to the ground? But no, it's... Alright, I think that's it. We're out of here. Let's go. I'll grab one more. And hopefully Baraka's down here and I can just dump it all off with him and move along. I think I'm really rather sick of poisoned undead too today. I think I've had... of course he's not here. Ugh. Let's step in here. Maybe when I step out, cross fingers, he's there. Usually not, it takes you like walking up the stairs, leaving the area, and then he's like, hey, I was here all along. Like, no you weren't. Let's see, I'll double check. Nope, it looks like we're going up the stairs. Alright, well, always worth a shot. Always worth a shot. Always worth a shot. We could keep going, but that's a long Pilgrim's Gauntlet and all that. That's a long one, and we're going to the one area.
If you've the need, wouldn't it be?
I think I can dump one more. Alright. Okay. In you go. There you go. Yeah, nothing great in the upper part. Alright. Kate. Oh, that's right. We killed an old elder ogre and they picked up rather heavy items. Okay. Double check her so she's not all wackadoodle. Okay. Alright. You know what? I just want to look. Okay, so, yeah, even that on her, too. It's amazing what that guy will do to pawns. Alright, other than warriors and fighters and the like. Alright, let's see. So, let's top off some tanks. Alright, are we good? And then arrows, I know they used. She's a learning. Alright. I think that's it. I feel like I'm leaving something behind, but it's too late now.
The surface lies beyond.
Okay.
Knowing a riftstone close at hand is welcome relief to a pawn.
You know, I don't want to have to repeat that whole process. Just in case. Just in case. So, last run, death was haunting me every single room I was in. Like, Midnight Helix,
This pond feels most
the area that had the two Cyclops in it, that hallway, twice. So, he showed up and we chased him away. And I went up into the room and did my thing, and then left the room, and he showed right back up. Probably because the curse, we hadn't killed the cursed pawns, I imagine, was why he showed back up. I was like, all right, bring it on. Then he showed up here. Then he showed up in that little hallway area right before the Dark Bishop. Then he showed up in the Forgotten Hall, so it was just fun times.
More impressive beyond.
Oh god, poisoned undead. Okay. They're tough as old boots. But at least I'm not level like half the magic that I've got now. Can't you stumble off something? Yeah. Alright.
Did it?
What else would you expect?
We have triumphed. Tread carefully. Step well.
And yes, well, it's kind of good we're on hard mode and we're getting all the baddies. That doesn't know what it's doing. Let's see if we can persuade him to fall off the edge. Nope, let's kill him. Let's insta-kill him. Alright, cool beans.
It is cursed.
Yeah, don't care about that.
Take care, you aren't poisoned.
It's not worth the time.
What else would you expect? With my help.
Well, there's a rain of arrows, if I ever saw one. Sorry, old habit. Picking everything up. Okay.
Let's have a look. What's this?
It's probably a sconce that you picked up there.
There you don't become its meal.
Oh!
Have these tentacles off.
I could have used that on my... Oh, God. Nice. Alright. I will say, Galadriel got quite good at them.
Watch your footing, master. A fall can kill ready as
Whacking them with one whack and boom, they were gone. And I was like, oh man, because that took forever. Otherwise, I felt like I was, you know, when you have a dull knife and you're just sort of smacking at things and, you know, like trying to cut like a tomato with a dull knife and you're just like, oh man, I'm not making any headway. Well, that's what that felt like a little while ago. And then all of a sudden she wasn't. Okay. So then we've got a poisoned undead right there. Just have to aim at him and not... Oh, you gotta aim right at him or it hits the pillar. Get rid of him. And then there's a lich, but he's trickier. Alright, and there's another one? Another somebody. Oh, there's another poisoned undead. I need him. He almost went off the edge. He started to teeter. He started to totter. But he teetered back the other way.
I've been stricken.
Yes, okay. It's a horrible thing. Are they though? Because mine aren't. Wait, did she use it already? Oh, that's right. I think we used them. Ah, you know, for all of its like supposedly, you know, which she got. I think I'll grab this. I'll use one of these instead, though. There we go. That works. Okay. Alright, is there another here? Did I get them both? Alright, we're going in here. In we go. Pilgrim's Gauntlet. Okay.
The room is ablaze.
Yep, see, when you don't aim directly, then that's why they fly off. Are they all dead? Holy crap.
Now's my chance.
Okay. Okie doke, okie doke. Sure. Yep. This time I got him.
Focus on those whose flame is quenched.
Okay.
Did it?
Let's see.
Strength in numbers arisen.
The flames show no sign of dying out. I wonder what's inside.
Alright.
Focus on those whose flame is quenched.
You gonna drop me the same thing? Flamica. I've got plenty of that. Alright, let's see what we have. A dragon. Okay. And buddies. Okay. Guess one of my errant... Staggered. More of those will show up. Doesn't matter how many you kill up here. I've already tried to kill them all, and they all show back up. I think there's like a set amount. You got to go down there. Maybe. I don't know. I've stood up here and like. Oh, and there's death. Holy mackerel! I have never had death just show up in here. Never. Well, I always came in here and felt pretty safe. Honestly, this was like one of those rooms I was like, yeah, he never shows up in here. And silly Willy, he does show up in here. Okay, there's the dragon. I'm just wondering, just trying to keep, where is, I don't want him to take out my dragon though. He's right there. There was a swing. Ooh, I got Galadriel out of there just in time. That wall's keeping us safe, but let's see if I can't. You know, death has that funny way of like showing up on you in places you just don't expect him. You know, like leaving one area, he transports and then comes in another place, and you're like, whoa, okay, well, I didn't expect to see him here. I've come in here so many times and never had death come in here, but I guess there's a first for everything. So he's way up there. Thinking we're up there. And now I've got to call the pawns down here. And here he is. He's on a warpath. Oh, yes, he is. Don't kill my Drake, though. Alright. So, I'm not sure if... Oh, there's death. He's still here. He's hanging around. Somewhere. Oh, he's hanging around, like big time hanging around. Okay. Still hanging around. He just keeps... Did he take out the dragon? Nope. You know, usually you do a certain amount of stuff and he kind of disappears. Alright. But he's just hanging around and hanging around. Oh, I don't... Alright, now... Let's see. Is he gone? He did a lot of damage to him. He just kept coming back and back. He's on a rampage for me. He is on a rampage for me today. So... Probably other people have had deaths show up in here, but I haven't. So, on all the accounts I come in here on, in all the places, someone's gonna, you know, go ahead and, you know, post in the comments, It'll take a while though, you know, because a lot of times it's like the stream has ended, you can't comment. But if Dust shows up for you in here on the regular, I mean, not that he's known to, but that he shows up in here, and so you are rather leery of, like, just doing what I do, which is come in here like, hey, and screwing around like I do. Okay, let's see. I'm waiting for that guy to. Oh, there was a nice Barahir. That was a nice. Oh, look at him. He did a dolphin, and he's dead. Well, the good thing of all of that was no wraiths. So my mind is totally blown. My mind is completely blown. Oh, there's one. What the hell, man? Where were you this whole time? That barrage of damage. Really? After all that? Come on. Let me pick up my stuff. Let me pick up my loot. Not much. They prevented me from... Maybe the girls pick stuff up. It's not like I... You know. Alright. Look, we were in there so long, I filled up my lantern right before this all started, and we were in there so long, my lantern went out. Ha ha ha, what about that? Okay. Go ahead. Why don't you open this up? Somebody? I don't feel like it because we're going to have a man-eater in the one below. Okay, we'll take that. Okay, are we ready? Galadriel, your turn. You open.
Treasure, perhaps?
Alright. Okay.
This object is cursed.
Kill the bats. Alright, now, I've been burned up here before, so I save before this chest because I have been burnt after being told it always has something in it. No, it doesn't. So I save. It should have 99.9% of the time a gear level 3. And the one time I didn't, it had a novelty level 3, and I was like, really, I don't want that. I've already, like, gotten them all already. I don't need them. But, and if you're looking for them, and you don't want any more gear level 3s, well then, you could take your chances. It's probably a really slim, small chance, but there's always an exception to every rule. Kill all the buggies. Kill all the spoders. These aren't the nice kind. Alright. What's in here? Alright. I do believe... Oh. You know what? I do believe it's pouring. Oh, you know what? I might be missing people's comments. I just see Pam's as the last one where she's got a smiley winky face. So hang on a second. If I'm missing, I am. Okay, sorry. Here we go. I missed so many comments. All right, because all I saw was the last one. I figured no one was listening. Okay, so nope, that's not it on my screen. It stops at I see it. Now it's showing up. So I'm using my PlayStation 4. And it's not scrolling, which happens on the PlayStation 4, right? It doesn't scroll. And usually I use my phone. That's why I was just kind of talking. I'm just going to pause here. And so Yeah, the dragon does that dolphin thing. So, oh, you get death in here? I That's the first for me. That is an absolute first. I've never had death in there. Never. And I have 6 playthroughs, well, I should say I'm on my 6th playthrough on Barahir. This says New Game Plus, but really this is probably a 3rd playthrough because I played it through on normal, well, partway on normal, partway on hard, switched back to normal, kind of kept it there. Didn't get my hard, like my trophy for hard mode, and I had played it on hard mode like all the way through, but I think I just didn't. I didn't do something right. I don't think I went to the seneschal probably. Um, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, you have to go to the seneschal to get the hard mode trophy. So yeah, so I did that so that I could get my trophy and all. Yep, and um, there we go. All right, but Monster Hunter 2. All right, so I'm missing something here. I haven't played on PS4 in a while, but good job on the death hunting and 4 to 6 of my accounts. Yeah. So I usually, so that area right here, you can use this, but I like to aggro him here. And then, and I don't go here. I just keep knocking them down over there, and then I can also get the wraiths at the same time. But it was convenient when death came because then he popped in here. What's weird, what's funny is when you leave here, like you knock him down and you leave here and then you run around, he will still face right here for a while. He doesn't know where you are. So if you consider that the dragon doesn't see you, then that's kind of how the pawns operate as well. Like if it's not happening right in front of their face, then they're going to miss stuff as well. So now I'm looking at my phone. So, uh, I'm missing something here about you think. Oh, your screen goes white. See, I've been using YouTube today for other things. Again, I watched the PlayStation. I watched Mark Cerny do his presentation on the PlayStation 5, and that didn't go white at all. I watched while I had dinner. I'm watching this series. It won't interest you guys what it is, but I'm watching this series there. It's rather old. It's from like 2009, but it's really well done, and on my TV it looks like it's brand new, so I was watching it, and a BBC special that I never saw. Or if I did, I didn't remember because it's old. And I haven't had that, but yeah, occasionally PlayStation, it's YouTube will stop doing things. If I think what happens is if chat is super active, then and you know what else too? I have to change this. Sorry, I'm missing things. All right, there we go. Um, if chat's super active, a lot of times the scrolling bar can't keep up. It just can't keep up with it. All right, I'm going to keep my eyeballs because sometimes that poisoned undead has a nasty habit of coming back. All right, there we go. Well, we're all good. All right, go ahead, girls.
Stay vigilant.
It's so funny to see like a pawn back in like the shadow gear. Um, so that was Kate's first armor set as well. And when you don't have a cloak on, it's got a different look. Um, I had to double check because um, I was trying different things on the Switch on my pawns there, and I was like, wait, I didn't know that was on it. And as soon as you put a cloak on, it disappears. It's kind of interesting.
Using this stone as a hub.
Okay. Should we step in it? They're looking at it. And I was looking at it too, like, well, aren't you going to open it? Wait a minute, that's a rift stone. Silly me. I've been playing too long today. Well, I mean, aside from I had to go out, I had to go to the doctor's, I had to go out and, buy like fruits and vegetables and things because, um, as a single person, I can't buy like a boatload and expect it to all be fresh. So I tend to buy almost as if it's like a market, where I buy stuff and then once not, I don't buy like 2 weeks worth of food or kind of the same way that when my hubby was alive, how we bought because we'd get through the food actually, the two of us. But when it's one person, there's only so much, that you eat. And especially me, appetite's like not the best right now, so all right. I forgot. I was nailing all these earlier. I was just efficient as all get out. But see, this is what happens when you're tired. You kind of tend to miss all the stuff when you're like, I know this is coming. Which means we're gonna probably get these guys in the next room we're going to. All right. Okay. Do I care about that one? No, it never has anything good. It did for me. No, it had a man-eater in it last time. I think we'll pass. Okay. Let's see how many of these I can kill. Probably not very many. Because they all jump out. Well, you guys have stuff to cure yourselves now. And we're going to have this guy right there. And another poisoned undead. I can see him. Go flying off the edge, would you? Let him come in here. Okay, let them come in here. Let him stumble off the edge. I'm just going to wait 1 second. Let's see if he stumbles off and goes off the edge. Willie? 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 Nah. Won't do me any favors. There's the other guy. Waiting for me to show. But I got. Oh, he's stuck. And another poisoned undead. And eventually you just get tired of them. You really do. That's why a lot of times I don't come this way unless I'm farming rift crystals for a friend. And my friend is me. So I've been alternating between accounts to get her rift crystals, which is that's an intense amount of gameplay. So I can't simply just level her up. And while I'm playing, like doing one thing, I have to play on like switch around and get to a certain point, then I have to stop, then I go over to one of my accounts and I play, and I go over to another account, and we are running past this poison nut. No, because we're going to have more in here. We're going to have more fun times in here. Yeah, she is. I know you did. I know you, Pam, have rented her a lot. I mean, I knew you were going over to the Switch. You know what I mean? Like, I knew you were going to go over there to focus on the Switch and everything like that. And, golly, I wish a year ago you'd had a Switch, honestly. You would have had a blast. Just so many people playing and all that stuff and all. But, I mean, I go over there now, and it's uh, now that I've got my girl to level 200, and she's kitted out, and the other one's kitted out and kind of fixed. Um, I just spoke with two of my friends from there, and we'll be on and off, kind of on and off. But there's people playing. I think a lot of people have started to make alts and just so that they have like accounts to play with, so that they're kind of returning their own rift crystals. The thing is um, like in it's kind of tough. It's easier when it's one account and you're playing on that account and other people can farm for you. It's, kind of like, or it's mutually beneficial. It's tough when you're trying to, get from point A to point B and, like no one's like helping all that much. That's really hard. Because then you're playing on whatever you can and you have to try to keep it all straight too as well. Like, whoops, oh, YouTube, really? Stop. Holy cow, YouTube's being a joke. And so, I kind of, oh, there we go. So that's what I've been doing here, as well as taking the time to run other people's pawns from the community. And finally I said I can't do it anymore. From Pawn Hub. People have to make friends with one another. I can't run everybody's pawn. I can't keep up. Alright. So, I think this will be Galadriel's first time seeing metal golems because I have not been taken her to the Everfall yet. But that's where we're going next. We'll farm, we will farm, the Everfall. That's right, this is her first blast with these guys. Ah, damn it. Oh, God. I missed my jump. Now I know I'm tired. I never miss that jump. I missed my jump. That just triggered a whole mess. Alright, let's just get back up and let me do it methodically. Ignore the birdies. You get them, Galadriel, because you know about them. I can get this at least. So he's not shooting at me. Because the birdies are going to be nasty. Alright. I need to get to this cage. Alright, there we go. Maybe now Kate and... Oh, now you ask me. Alright, let's take out a birdie because you're annoying me. You've just been chasing me all over. Alright, and more birdies. Okay. There we go. Alright. And then I just have to remember how to get to this one. Is this the one I have to... Oh yeah, he's going to try to shoot me off the... Yep, I knew I was going to hit the ground. Okay, and he's going to hurt me bad if I don't heal myself. Okay, let's get this one. I'm down here now, I might as well get this one too. Yeah, these guys aren't helping. And Kate and Barahir have 3 stars in these guys. And usually they shoot 1 or 2 of them for me. Or 2 at the least. And not just 1, but 2. And they're just not helping. But that's my fault for falling. Okay, you're gonna be in a weird spot, are you? Okay. And then I just, yeah. And this, like I said, this is Galadriel's first look because I didn't take her to the Everfall yet. But she'll learn all about them when I go in there as a Strider because I'm not entirely dumb. Okay. I'm gonna fall again. Come on. Come on now. They're all angled weird. Come on. Getting a little annoyed. Nah. Nobody could take that one out for me, could they? The disadvantage of being a magic archer. Plus alright. Just handle him down there, okay? So I can try to get this. Nope. Oh, I'm gonna fall again. Oh, they finally hit it. Jesus. I had to fall 3 times, 4 times, or whatever for them to go like, oh yeah, you need some help, you think? You think? Okay. 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 Calm down. It's okay. It's just a game. 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 It's not work. Yep, Galadriel is a teenager, and you know she has a ways to go, but I'm gonna take her slow. And the good thing is now that she's playing that, she can go with Gem, whereas I know some people hardcore like to put up a fighter and a warrior together, and I never do but that's my play style. Um, and I like to keep I'll take like kind of one up close, one mid range, one that can roam, and I two up close. You know, then they're in there, and it's hard to call them off and keep them back. And so I kind of like to have like all my bases covered, but that took those girls long enough to get that last one for me, and they were kind of like, "Oh, you need some help." Normally, like a lot of the top ones get, or not always the one in the cage, but sometimes the one in the cage, and then one of the other ones up top will get taken out. Like so, there's 2 gone, and I don't always have to focus on that difficult one. But apparently, they were like, "Let's help this poor Arisen out." Oops. And it just goes to show you the game likes to mix and match things too. Because when I came in there earlier today, I had the same stuff with the Pyrosaurians and all the poisoned undead, but we had the Banshees and the Skelly Lords, or Skeleton Brutes, and then the Accursed Dragon, which is I just knock it down and it falls up on one of the scaffolding, the bridge, the walkways up top. Then he's out of our way until I can get all the Banshees out of the way. All right. I got all that. All right. So I have to work with YouTube. I'm going to do a giveaway because I've hit 200 subscribers. And I want to do a giveaway, but I've got to work with YouTube, and there's, so I probably have to work with a company. Whoa! Yeah, I knew I was going to get knocked. See, doused in oil. Okay, so that doesn't really help them. That doesn't do anything. Only thing that works is blast arrows on that bad boy, as far as I know.
What's this?
Let me see. Who's out of what? What are we out of here? Oh, I didn't give her any. That's why. Let's see. What she got? Blast. What's Kate got? Blast. So they've been using those oil arrows like they're candy. So they like that.
Let's have a look.
I thought I gave her oil arrows. Oh, she might have picked some up. That's what happened. She might have picked some up. Okay. Don't panic. Don't panic. I don't often look in the bottom right corner where you see things getting picked up, especially if I'm playing. And unless I'm not on YouTube, then I do notice most things that get picked up. Okay. Okay. Okay, so one thing I did do was, it's funny because I didn't even have time to do that, but I'm going to give it to her anyway, and that is I have Dark Lorica and all that stuff, Dragon Forge, that I'm going to give to her off stream so that I have it, because I love that look and I love it on a Ranger, and it's part of where she's going to go later once other things are Dragon Forged. And that's because, for once, I'm going to have the lead. Not for once, I could do it with Barahir too, because she's high strength, but I'm not going to change Barahir now. She's kind of who everybody copies.
I wonder what's inside.
Let's have a look.
As well as Kate. For which I'm proud.
I wonder what's inside.
Even Galadriel will be updated from like what
What's this?
PlayStation 3 days, because we know how some things work better now. Okay, we'll get that. Yes, we will. Alright, I'm hanging out here because last time we were here, this was a man-eater chest. And it is again. Look at that. Okay, I don't want that though. Alright, somebody's going to pick it up, of course. Alright. Go for it.
Treasure.
I am. I'm proud of Kate. I'm proud of
Take that.
Barahir in particular, because I worked her out all by myself, and now other people copy her, and that's fine. And Kate too. You know, I worked her out all by myself. And Shadow, I can't say that I worked her out entirely by myself. She's definitely based on somebody else, but I fixed things that were different, that I learned about mages. So I fixed stuff on her. And all right, we'll step in here. And so she's like 2.0 version. And Gem 2 is like an experiment, because I don't remember, I never did like take a screenshot of the person whose fighter I admired. I just had to go by what I remembered, and then I also tweaked some things. I mean, we all do, and we all change things, but you know, and we all change slight things, maybe inclinations, maybe it's weapons, maybe it's things like that. Oops, you know what? Is he here? Hi! Wow! Alright, so we got him in here. I hate when he shows up in here, because he is no fun when he's in here. Alright, we need to go out and kill his pet, or it's not going to be a good time at all. I wandered into that hall like an idiot. This guy needs to die. And I did not. He's going to poison breath us. Ah! That was a mistake on my part, but now he's dead. Okay, now we're gonna pull back to here. We're gonna wait for the Dark Bishop to come out of his little enclave. Come on, buddy. Nah, he's gonna wander up there and be damn tough to kill. Oh, that's my fault for like chatting and not and thinking I might not have rested enough. Where is he? Oh, he's hanging out here. Okay, sure. Well then, fine. Gonna follow me up? He's really hard to kill up here. I can't get a beat on him. At all. And then he's a floaty, lichy thing. I can't bear her. That's you. That's all you, girl. That's all you, but he's not gonna, he's up here, so this has gotta be, this is like my worst case scenario. This means it looks like I don't know how to kill him. And that's my bad for, like, wandering down the hall, because then he wanders up here. Alright, finally. Never just sort of saunter down this hallway. Like, set yourself up up top, let that be a lesson, and then you can come in here, you can kill the dragon with one shot, and take him out, and then all you have is the Dark Bishop, and he's gone in less than 30 seconds. So that's the longest I've taken since I was like, wow, I don't even know when. That makes me look terribly unskilled when actually I am, especially at him. All right. Okay. Onward. Okay. Now I know I don't have to. I'm going to. Just because I have a rhythm, and if I lose my rhythm on this, then I'll forget it when I'm in here with other ones that I am farming stuff for. The level 2 armor here is what I want. Otherwise I get the gear, which I don't want. Alright, sorry. No, I said I wasn't going to do too much of this, but there's going to be some. Just not the impossible stuff. I'm going to ignore all that. No, I don't want that. And of course the chests are going to be difficult. So yeah, and earlier today again, I think I went to the doctor's, went to the grocery store, came home, obviously had something to eat because I had to eat, and then sat down to play, and I was zipping through stuff, but then I would get to the chests, and the chests were just not having it. Like they were doing this. And normally this is like one God's Bane, and then you get the armor. And the chests were doing all of this, like, ridiculous stuff. Just ridiculous. And that told me I can't use this very much longer. Well, I mean, I could, but, like, I'll end up swapping over to Gem now that, there we go. Now that, Galadriel's a ranger, and it'll make it easier because I'll have my fighter, I'll have a ranger, and I'll have a strider with me, which is always a nice combo. Alright. So, yeah. There we go. Let's not have any slip-ups. No more slip-ups. Please, Barack, be here and be my friend. Be my friend and be here and not make me walk all the way up the steps. Oh, thank you, sir. Okay. He heard my plea. Nope.
If you've the need, what'll it be then?
Okay. Ooh, I did pick up a lot of crap. And a lot of crap, too. Not just crap, but crap. Like, not very good stuff. Oh, what's this? Yeah. Okay. What'd she pick up? The new ones always do like that leapworm jelly, I swear. Alright, I just got paid back. You know, that might be a good thing. Then I can drop one of these off Kate. That would be a very good thing. Okay, let's go back to her. What's this? I knew they were picking those sconces up.
Only be then.
So my experiment eventually will be where I'm gonna dump giving any mushrooms whatsoever to Kate and let her just run through this stuff, and keep me topped off, which is what I should do all along. I should just let her have those last three and then just go through this. But we'll wait on that for now. All right. So let's see. I didn't use any of that. All right. This is the stuff I'm just flying through. That's all right. Okay, we're good there. And I think I'll just, for laughs, give Barahir one of those. And then oil arrows. They seem to really be liking those tonight. So why not? Bet if I didn't give them any, they'd use the blast. But we haven't really... Well, they used them on the... Alright, so let's make sure it's just 10 of those and 10 of those and not 20. Okay, and how are we here? Oh, Galadriel's picked up some. That's right. Alright, and... You can tell I used this earlier. It's right at the bottom.
If you've the need and the coin, only be then.
Okay, girl. Let's dump you some of those. Okay.
If you
Okay. I'll step in here. So when I did, when I get all done with Galadriel, she should have more strength or about the same amount of strength. Probably more strength than Barahir when I get all done with her. That's why I'm like, ooh, she could be a strider, she could be a ranger, she could be a warrior, she could be a fighter. I do have a darkening storm, 2 of them, 2 revenant whales, 2 blackwing bows. Yay! Holy cow! Purifying. Yay! Isn't that fun? Okay. We won't worry about weapons though, because I do have frame A blades for everybody. Of course you douse me, stupid jerks. So I can roll because I'm already doused. Alright, let's see. I should have probably taken more clean claws. I gave the girls more. Let's see if they bother to... Nope, they're going to stay doused. You know, I'm thinking I shouldn't even bother giving it to them because they're just not... They must have to be a certain level of doubt. Oh, there we go. I must have to be moving. Oh, that's right. I'm zipping through here. So that means there's a Silver Knight in here. Let's get rid of the Vile Eye. That one. Okay. Now comes this guy. Come on. Alright. Onward, onward, onward. Is there another one? Gotta wait for the music to end. Alright, all done. What'd you drop me? Okay. Alright. Living armor. Here he comes. And more wraiths. I'm just firing away. No finesse in this. I'm just going to blast him with ricochet shot. You're right. Alright, and he be gone. Okay. And that's what I had last time, too. We got the script. We got the script. Alright, let's see if I can't, he's gonna come whirling in here. See if I can keep him at bay from knocking me to next Sunday. Must be super engaged with somebody out there. Or stuck. Somewhere. Oh! Stuck in there. I cornered him. Oh, he didn't see us. I spoke too soon. I did get knocked. Yeah, he was just hanging out in that one room. Didn't even know where I was.
This.
Okay.
Treasure perhaps.
Onward, onward, onward. Let's go, let's go. Okay, no, don't care about that, but go ahead, pick it up. Let's see, man-eater. Oh, that chest is already empty. Perfect. So we can just move along. Okay, very good. Let's go. So, let's see. Maybe liches? More liches. Yay! Liches, hellhounds, and cursed pawns, and death. If so, I'm ready. Alright. I'm ready. Yep. Last time I took that one out first. And they took that one out for me. That way, super efficient.
What's that?
And then hellhounds. Oops. Okay. So they're gonna be right around the corner. Well,
you know what, earlier I just went for it. I was like, I'm going in first every single time. I'm just attacking everything. And I wasn't really picking much stuff up and just bang, 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 bang. But that's because I knew I was like in a time crunch. I was returning Galadriel every so often so I could shift stuff off to her, send stuff. Because I would rest. I'm like, well, and then uh, and I was going quite quickly. And then I thought I ate dinner, and then I thought, oh, I have time, and I looked, and when I started, it was about 6 o'clock, and she was level 88. So I got 12 levels in like an hour and uh, like an hour and a half. And that's with 200 level pawns with me, and that's picking everything up because you can't just leave it because you know you're going to need it probably to not purify, but something's going to need it, a piece apart for some weapon or something that's going to be upgraded. And my magic archer is in full, like I always do, if I can get away with it, and if just how the cards fall. My magic archer is in full trophy set, all dragon forge, because I went to the dragon with the entire trophy set, so it was all dragon forged by Grigori, and plus her headpiece, plus I got my Blackwing bow. That was the first weapon I got again. So I got that bow, sub level 50, but you can't use it before level 51 or like one shot, and you're already like wasted. And then the second bow I got was Revenant Whale. Um, and I also had gotten my Frame A blades as well before I got to Grigori. And then I kind of let her rest. I got to level 70, and I just you know, I eh, there's this thing you've got to do stuff, and there's a point in the game where you really feel like you're getting crushed, and then all of a sudden that point disappears. It's like your levels stall as well, and then all of a sudden you're just like forging ahead. And so now we're on the forging ahead part, and the grind really starts because now I'm grinding for you know materials, armor, and then I have to switch and stop playing and go play on another account to earn myself rift crystals to purify stuff. So um, all right, which is always fun. And then we we have some repeat we have some repeat people um, in well, no, I won't call them repeat. Yeah, yeah, returning players. I don't know how old this one person is. I think very, very, very young, like a very young person. And I had gifted them all Abyssinal armor set and all of that stuff. And they returned with a new pawn, but with under the same name, and like with nothing on the pawn. And I said, wait, are, weren't you like? Didn't you play before? Well, this is my alt, and I'm like, well then, if you have an alt, take your alt on your old pawn and run your old pawn around, you know, with your new pawn and earn it some rift crystals. I mean, because you've got two pawns and neither one of them is fully fleshed out. I mean, the pictures. I feel bad. The pictures are with no weapons and wearing like that tunic that you get at the very beginning of the game, like the tunic and the really crappy cloth hosen and not even any weapons on them. And then it's just give me level 3 armor and weapons. Don't think so. I don't think that's how it works. You know, um, like you're gonna have to play, and you can't. Like it's.
Let's have a look.
Because even if I wanted to use like a pawn like that, they would have to have something on them. So I did use like a person's pawn who was lower level, and I fell asleep actually when I was doing, I actually was doing the, you know, where you go to, after warm welcome and you go on the, and you go in with the Asura armor and the two rings of perseverance, and then you level up all of your, um, vocations that you want, you know, so that you get everything. And while I was doing that, I fell asleep. So I think like um, Galadriel might have a level in there extra that she shouldn't have of Strider and yeah, Strider. I think, and possibly I had to go back and pick something else up. I forget what it was. And but the good thing was because that happened, I was using a guy's sorcerer, and because I did that, you know, and I was on hard mode, you know, like, and fell asleep. When I woke up, I was like, oh my god. I, the next thing I knew, his sorcerer had full carrion set on, so I'm like, all right, you know. So I didn't gift him that, but you know, he didn't have any rift crystals, and he'd been asking for people to please hire his pawn, and I thought I will, you know, and yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool. I felt like I helped in some small measure. I mean, I know he had to find all the stuff and everything, but still. All right. Uh-oh. That guy. He's got to go. And then that guy over there. And then that guy over there. Whoops. Oh, I'm missing him. There he is. Okay, I think. All right. So the hellhound. Oh, I just. Nice. Ooh, Kate's got it down too now. She's doing the Barahir thing with the like double knife jump down. All right. Okay, he's here, and we're gonna have to try to get away from the door. Let me see where he is. I may have to. All right. Yep, I'm gonna make it. Death's gonna show up. Yep, there's Death. There's Death. Oh boy. Okay. Where are you? I see your little lantern. He likes hanging around, apparently. Me, he's like, kill me, please. My life is miserable. Kill me. Oh, did he disappear? Yep, he floated off into the... That's weird. Usually he, like, does that right in front of you. He, like, does his little disappearing act. Instead, he went out into the hall and floated off into the sunset. Come to bother me somewhere else. Oh, I know where he'll show up. I bet he shows up in the spar yard, because that's what happened to me earlier. And I was like, oh no, not having that. Alright. Yep, we'll go get the other guy. Drop any good stuff? Okay. Well, Galadriel, you gotta move. Mama's gotta pick this up. Thank you, dear. Girls go. Woo. Oh. They're like, never mind. Changed our minds about that one. Given half a chance, Barahir would go up there and she tries to get the helm off. I knew I was going to get swapped. I lost my situational awareness, as they say. And he makes you pay if you do. I don't know if fighting Daemons is in the cards tonight. I'm looking at the clock and I'm knowing how tired I am. I might make it to the Arisen's Refuge and that might be it. Because I'm just too pooped after playing all day. Just too pooped. Yeah, you know, I really think the one guy, just based on, you'd have to see him at Pawn Hub, but they're little tiny childlike pawns. They look like, you know, the L-O-L-I word. That's what they look like. And pigtails and all. And little tiny things too, not even like one guy has on in Chivi's Dragon's Dogma community. You got to look there. This guy has a theme going with his pawns. He's got like 4 different, I think they're like warriors and fighters. At least that's what he said. I read it very briefly and I just took a good look at his girls, you know, that his pawns. And he has them all. They're like, he's got a theme going, you know, like Mad God's got a theme. This guy also has a theme. It's different, you know, a different theme altogether. But you know, if you gave these girls something to carry, they could carry it. Or, you know, they're not like, you'd have to see them, but not my style, certainly. But you know, I would never criticize him. I looked at him. I'm like, you know, I see where he was trying to go with it. And I can appreciate that. I always can appreciate that. But the ones that make like the toddlers, I cannot. Sorry, just no. They don't carry much. Sure, they can squeeze into little holes or roll under things. They also don't get much stamina. You know, they regen stamina faster, sure, but they don't get much to start with. You know, so I don't see the point in it. But that's why I think the person who made it is a very young person, and doesn't kind of understand. Just sees other people asking for stuff, or actually at the time when they originally played, which was, oh, I want to say maybe. Well, I'd have to. It's been a while. It's just the name was familiar, but he kept body bagging my pawns. And I finally said, nope. And I just, that's it for me. No body bags. I'm done. And, you know, and I couldn't send a message because it's locked. Like the messages are locked. That's what made me think, okay, kid, because, you know, parents have locked messages for that person. So, that's what I'm thinking. And they just see other people beg. So they think, well, that's what I'll do. I'll beg and, you know, but they won't be around long, I don't think. Because they posted their level 40 pawn. I'm like, man, oh man. And I just didn't want to say anything about the whole, I gave you all of that gear thing. I've said it too many times to people. Oh, it's on my Arisen. Now I want something for my pawn. No, you know, put it on your pawn first. Then outfit your Arisen, you know, like that's how it works. I had like the full, like I said, I had the full trophy set, and I could have put that on Galadriel, but she's not magic; she's physical, so the stats are lost on her. And that's why I'm rethinking what I want her to look like, because back in the day, she was wearing the trophy jacket, which I love. I love the look of. It's an aesthetic thing, and that's why I want her to be at a certain stat level, so that when I do put what I want on her and go kind of fashions Dogma, I can get away with it, because she'll be, you know, strong enough to handle, like her stats will be in that league. where she can wear that and get away with it. Nothing against it. It's just like the trophy set is an interim set, and then you kind of you have to have the stats almost to get away with it, that you're losing however much magic is put on there. Oh, there's my phone sliding down. I can't see my chat now. God bless it. Sorry, guys. Okay. So she may end up still in the trophy jacket just because it's a beautiful shirt, you know. But I don't know yet. I just want to have the option to do so. Because she'll be for something completely different. So changing the subject from Dogma altogether. So my cat has discovered my TV. So, I mean, I've had a TV, obviously, where it is. Well, you guys don't know what my living room looks like, but I've had a TV over my fireplace from the time I moved in here. And then at Christmas, as you know, I got a new TV, the latest and the greatest. And the cat never really looked at it. The other one was a. I'll make sure I'm not. Okay. Um, the other one was a plasma. He never really looked at it. And I want to say a few weeks ago, something caught his eye on the TV that I was watching. And now I have to, in the morning, when I am having my coffee, I have to turn on this channel. Well, I don't have to, probably. I could probably be like, I'm probably reading into what the cat wants or whatever, but it's a kind of a local guy, but he's on YouTube and he has a live cam, probably not far from me, just because his weather and everything is the same as mine, plus temperature and everything. And it's got all the birds feeding at the bird feeder, and the cat goes ballistic. He runs around. He runs in behind in the other room, thinking the birds are like behind the TV. You know how when they're kittens and they see themselves in the mirror, they'll try to like they'll like babies do as well. Like babies will look behind until they get a sense that, oh, I'm looking at myself. Well, the cat doesn't see himself. He just sees these birds, and the bigger the better. And he makes all of these funky little noises and everything. And his other favorite thing to watch is airplanes, like airplanes landing. Now you know my YouTube preferences when I'm like relaxing, but I do follow a guy in England that I'm kind of a little bit of an aviation nut, so um, the guy like names all the planes that are landing at Heathrow and stuff, and the cat loves that too. He loves airplanes. I think it's all of the action, but he was just sitting here now for the last 20 minutes, like making noises at the TV while I'm doing this, which is crazy. Um, because he used to, this game would come on and he'd take off, or he'd go sleep in his box or something. So funny. And he will come, and how he tells me what he wants is he comes up on the couch and he puts both of his paws on my lap and then looks at me and then yells in the way that only a Siamese can. And they're very insistent when they want something. They're very, very insistent, and they don't stop. You can't, you can't like, you can tell them to go away. You can pet them and all of that, and they'll just get annoyed because they want something. Um, you know, and they'll get annoyed where they kind of take a nip at you too, because they're like, no, that's not what I want. You're missing the point here. You dumb human. You dumb human. You're missing the point. I want to watch what I want to watch. So now every morning he's trained me to turn on the TV and watch birds at a bird feeder while I sip my coffee so that he can have kitty cat time on the TV. I'm losing my mind. I'm slowly going crazy, and my cat is the most spoiled cat on the planet. The most. Oh my word. Sir Isaac Newton. That's my cat's name. Be good for a physics teacher, huh? That was super creative, wasn't it? And yeah, you're right, man. God, the those little pawns weren't Sinnoh friendly at all. They were just little tiny things, and it just so. I mean, when we get our pawns, we make them and we get them that first time. You know, I mean, I tend to focus like how do they look, and is it, and I start to envision where they're going to go and all that sort of stuff, and I try to get them out of that the outfit that they get as soon as I can. And I know we're all very limited and we have to go find stuff, to do that. And if you're lucky, sometimes you can shift things over, but sometimes it's up to your wits too. Like I tend to go a ways before I like shift anything over, um, and it and I have to do that myself. Like I have to do that. So usually for me, it's a no-brainer because I have so much abyssinal armor that I just shift that right over, um, because it's a good, long-lasting piece of armor from the Ear Dragon. Kind of looks cool, um, and it shimmers and all of that sort of stuff. And then as you get better pieces and things you like, you can move things around between my arisen and my pawn, but my pawn always comes first. Like, even though half the time I'm grumbling to myself, like, dang it, I really want those, whatever. Unless we're two different vocations, which most of the time we are, but there's always that common piece that you're like, oh. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to shift. Either that or my patience is starting to run really, really thin for these things. Oop. God's baning for all of the stuff today. I think that's what it is my patience has just run super thin, and I'm gonna have to take like a break from like this. God's baning and like, uh, the other one's good because at least I can farm for rift crystals and take a break from it. You know what I mean? Like just go through, kill all the monsters, pick up the pieces parts, and just take the rift crystals out of the chests for a while and help myself that way. When I do play, I don't know. I think I'm gonna need a break. I mean, I feel like I just finished Gem, and I just finished. I definitely, you know, Gem with the boots, and then I just finished Ayame, and there's still pieces I want there, but it's not so critical because she's all right. Yep, I got what I want. All right, I'll let them pick up whatever's left. Normally I'd go for that chest, but we don't need to. Okay. So that chest in there, if you save in front of it and open, it should have a crystal in it. If But it can also have like a lift stone and some other things. So if you're desperate for rift crystals, definitely go for that other chest. And there's probably other chests in here that people know. They're little, chests that they pick at that I'm not even going to anymore. Like, because it's just not efficient anymore. Even on like a pawn that, even on my like on Galadriel, it's just not efficient. Okay, well, we'll take that. Up, up, up. I probably have enough novelties that I suppose. Woo! That's right, I can't roll. I've got my staff equipped. Alright, onward. Dump stuff off, replenish the stores, head for the big boy. I think I can do it. Let's talk.
Rather cozy, this place. Save the perpetual darkness.
I'm gonna listen to him. I haven't for a while.
If you've the need and
Oh,
the
that was it.
poison,
That's all I was gonna say. Oh, she picked one up too. Ooh, very helpful. Alrighty.
wouldn't it be?
Let's replenish and off we go. Alright, we're good there. Not so good there. I think I'll give her... Yeah, let's try that. Still good there. Okay. Good there. Those guys are gonna... That's it. We're still good there. Alright.
Wouldn't it be? If no doubt.
Let's... Sure, God, otherwise. There we go.
Seems something's written here.
Yes, something is written here, but we've fulfilled that long ago. Alright. Okay. Onward, onward, onward.
It's too dark. Treasure, perhaps?
Yep, okay. Not the most efficient way to get him. Oh!
Bones! Walking bones!
The lanterns as well in the dark. No way you could cross such a beat by its light.
What's this? This looks interesting.
I'll take that.
Okay, crazy.
Strain your eyes against
Go
the
ahead.
dark.
Open.
You may not be alone.
Open sesame.
Treasure, perhaps?
Probably not.
Let's have a look.
Okay. Let's move it. I'm not going to the chest up there, nor to that chest. Chest up there has rift crystals in it too. You got a God's Bane for them, if they're not there right away. All bats need to be gone. Alright. What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get out here? What fun times has Bitter Black? Alright. So that's what it has in store for me.
This is the blackest dark I've ever known.
Living armor.
He's gone too. Okay. Now we just got the little eyeballs. The little meatballs. Ah.
While it casts magic, watch for its spells.
I'm behind it.
Wait. Pierce the armor house.
There we go.
Skills are pure.
We have triumphed. What else would you expect? With my help?
Go for it.
This looks interesting.
It does. Gear? Nah, of course not. All these little, like, stops along the way. And another Vile Eye, which we're skipping. We'll just take the big boy here. Big girl, it. Okay, end of story. Yeah. Good enough. Okay.
Very well. I'm on my way.
I obey.
Come on, you dorks. Wandering around down there. Okay. I love my pawns, actually, but, you know, they're mine, so I can call them dorks. What do we got?
Is vital in the bowels of such a
Okay, same option. Let's see. You know, what do I want to take out first? I think last time I just concentrated on that guy. I don't want him going over there, though. I want that guy away from there. And
I want this guy here. Miss me. Oh, no. Oh, we're gonna do that, are we? Oh, and that guy's gonna get in on it. Okay, it's not as efficient as last time. Just keep out of the trouble. Just get this guy. Last time, Death showed up in the middle of this, and I left the room, and I just got staggered. Oh, this guy's gonna try to headbutt me. I'm trying to avoid. All right. Get this guy. You're gonna get in the way, are you? Okay. So I'll just call the pawns to me and bring him up here. Let him do his thing. Okay, finish doing your temper tantrum. See, if he stays up there, that's good. This one is the one I want. Oh, all right, perfect. I'm gonna get hammered here. All right. Okay, now he's out of the way. Beautiful. Go ahead. I can't see. I'm getting toasty here. Sorry. Sorry for that. I need to get everybody topped off. Of course he does that. I'm sick of your BS. I've had enough of drakes today. Yep, nope, I got off him. Let's go pick Kate up. Miss me. Now. And there's Death. What did I tell you? No, that's... Oh my word. I'm telling you. He is just not letting up. Take out the Drake for me, but no, you can't do that, can ya? That'd be too easy. Come on. And the pawns don't see Death after a while. And we have this Drake down, you know, and I'm not, like, oh no. He's gonna swing. Oh, come on, man. Not in the mood. Take out the Drake. Have your little party with the Drake. Nope. No, you're not doing any scaling or striking from above. No scaling or striking from above. That's not happening. Yeah, Barahir had your number almost. He's still hanging around. I've still got everybody. Nope, we're just waiting because he's just floating right over there. I know exactly where he's floating. We're not, you can pace all you like, but I'm not, not having any part of it. And if I step inside there, I lose the progress I've got. So all I can do is hope. He's right there. See? Oh, here comes the swing. There's that. Then the next thing is this screech and the swing. So I dare not. I thought, I hate when this happens, where death gets where I can't get at him. And I can't use... See if I can't get at him this way. Somebody went. I just lost all the pawns. Screw it. After all that, two pawns gone. Nope, not having it. What time is it? Alright, let's do this again. What do we have? Same BS. Alright. With death showing up. So, guess what? Sorry guys, I hate to ruin your fun, but my fun is I've had a long day of this. Not in the mood. You can have your own adventure. I'm past it. Like, when two pawns go, you know, like, that's BS. And especially since I was, like, so careful. But if I leave, then I lose my progress with the Drake. If I stay, there's really no good option in that room for a magic archer. Like, unless I can get him, it's just open. It's too open. Just way too open. I've never had luck in there killing death. Unless he's like already down to a sliver, and then I get him. But otherwise, no. And you saw he's been showing up in every room I've been in. So you got your death thrill for the night. Let's see. I don't care about that. Those guys can pick the shit up. Now this is also the scenario, I think it is. Yeah, is this the scenario where we've got the three? Yep, death can come in here too. So, oh God. And he has been showing up, so he'll probably show up again for me. Last time I actually left the room and came back, but we hadn't even killed a dragon yet at that point. Okay, do I want that? No. Do I care enough? No, not really. Just trying to get through content. Earn some rift crystals for my girl. Alright, come on, come on, come on, come on.
This looks interesting.
Well, like I said, I have to run on like 2 accounts. So I ran, I'll run on Kate and grab Galadriel and then run through Bitter Black, all of it from top to bottom, and then I switch over and I have to play on Galadriel and try and level her up. Then I get to a certain point, I switch over to Kate again, and then I level her up. The easy thing would be to be on Barahir, but that's just a normal, regular. So that you could just skate through everything because you're on normal with like high strength pawns and everything. It's a hard the stamina, but I want the double rift crystals for her. So and especially when they're low level, right? And I don't have like 2 or 3 people just running my pawn through continually or anything. It's just me. That's it. Pam helped. You helped a little bit at the beginning, Mad God, but Pam's helped the most. Um, she's run Galadriel through several times. God bless her. But she has her own pawn that she's trying to build some on another platform entirely, and you know, so it's gets quite tiring. And I'm not flip flopping between like Barahir and then Kate and then and then like that. Even though you have many alts, you're not flip flopping between them because then you never get anything done. You know, so for a while I thought, yeah, I just might be certifiably crazy because it was possible to, and also there were people playing at the time when I started Gem last August um, uh, that were super helpful for me for Gem, particularly Cosme, if you're listening. Love you, dear. And they were super helpful. Like they would run her through. When I was sleeping, I'd wake up and then rest, and Gem would have like a million rift crystals, and bestiary knowledge and stuff. Super cool, and because he was using Barahir too, so he like I just I mean I can't thank him enough. So I just right now I can't. I've got Kate because she's on hard mode. Shadow's not on hard mode either. Um, she's just on normal. I once I got through because she was an alt and everything, and it wasn't like I was planning to play all the way through. In other words, I played the game, played it on hard mode to get to level 200 and then switched it off so that I could just get in there and do things when I needed to quickly, and I'm not going for any kind of platinum there or anything like that. That's crazy talk, like platinum on 5. Yeah. I have other games I play as well. Plus, I play on the Switch. You know, as you know, so then you start to, and you can't play the game
all the time. I can't anymore. I just can't do it. But I do play every day, you know, so I don't like sit for long periods of not. There was a time, I think right before the launch on the Switch, where I didn't play other than the Year Dragon. We'd get Year Dragon calls on the PlayStation 4, and I'd go in and do the Year Dragon, and then run around a little bit, and then, you know, and then kind of take time off because I knew I was going to be in there intense, um, playing on the Switch as well. And so after a while, you know, um, yeah. Do I? Well, we'll do a couple of stabby stabs and we'll see what happens here. Just a couple though, not overly crazy. If I get a weapon, I do. If I don't, I don't. No biggie. So yeah, after a while, I kind of, you know, I'm like a one-man band at this point, like woo, juggling stuff and returning rents as well. Trying. I'm starting to where I can't anymore. I can't return rents. I did that for a long time.
Wonder what's inside.
Oh, you missed me. Just the girls got wiped by death, and I couldn't take it anymore. Yeah, you go ahead. I'm done. You know, I'm just burnt, crispy, 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 crispy. Let's see. I'll let them open this up. So thank goodness we didn't get the Eliminator 7 Eliminator 3 living armor option. Just the 3 Eliminator option and 1 dragon. Because you know then a cursed dragon would have popped in. That's what I'm saying. Death likes to come in on this one, so. Alright, let's go over here. Oh. I was just here a couple of hours ago. Yikes. Okay. So no surprise, perfect rift crystal. Let's see if it takes me 10 minutes like it did exactly 5 hours ago. No, 6 hours ago I was here. And 6 hours before that, so yikes. Yikes. Crazy. There, oh, thank you, chest. Thank you for not being difficult. Well, we'll try the one up top. Let's see. Was it because I bothered to God's Bane at that one chest? And that's why? I didn't just take whatever was in there? One will never know. Okay, let's see. I need to pass stuff along. When I made Kate, I'll tell you what was nice was, so a very famous Your Dragon Hunter here, took her on all of his, like, stuff. I mean, that was super fantastic of him to do that. And, hauled her around everywhere. It was quite nice. And he has his own rangers, you know. He doesn't need to haul mine around, but he did. And, it was very, very nice of him. And he continued to use Barahir. So wherever you are, I do owe you many thanks for doing that. Because I still appreciate it. You may not think so, but I do. And I even still remember the very first gift you gave Barahir. So I still have it, as a matter of fact. Crazy as that is. It was Abyssal Armor Set and the Age-Old Fist and the Siegfried Mask. So, I still remember that. All I asked for was a noon flower. And he did that. Oops, I should... Yeah, we'll go... I'm giving this chest another chance. It's been extremely difficult for me, and I finally just said, you know, I gotta stop. It had been easy for a long time. I mean, it always took time, but it had been easy for such a long time. And then it became where, like, nothing would change. It would just show Rift Polycrystal, like, one day it was close to half an hour. And I've had that happen before, but that was like on my main account, and it was a long time ago. And it hadn't really happened since, and I guess I was due, so, you know, and finally I was like, the second time I came in, I thought, well, that was a one-off. It won't happen again, and it did. And so I've been kind of avoiding the chest, but I'm going to give it a whirl a few times here, just a few more times. But the fact that it went to a perfect Rift Crystal, that's good, because it wouldn't do that before at all. Wouldn't even change at all. So it's like it went from, you know, really low chance, like 1 or 2%, to like abysmal. And I finally said, yeah, you know, just go straight to Damon and the hell with it, and go for the one in the Forgotten Hall that you tend to blow off because you have to, you know, takes a little more time to get up to it, especially if I forget a staff. And yeah, nope. So yeah, but we'll give it a whirl. I'm okay. So I have to look. So you can't expect it to do it for everybody. Yeah, I mean, I felt like after a while I was like it. I was the show. I took everybody's pawn out, you know, and I was like, hey, people, um, you know, like, help people, not just in Discord. There's a whole group of people that don't join Discords, and they need help too. And not just talking about like how great you are somewhere, but like actually helping people. That's like the big thing. That's a big thing for me, because I wouldn't have gotten like Barahir to where she was if people hadn't rented her and I hadn't returned rent. Same for Kate, you know, like, again, where that person is, wherever he is, she was a fledgling ranger, and he took her with him, and he didn't have to. He had rangers of his own, you know, and he took her with him, and um, they got me rift crystals and things like that. Took her on all his Ur Dragon hunts. So I really try to play it forward, and maybe there's just less people to play it forward for, or because it's been out now since, you know, October, what, 20, where's 2017 here? Yeah. Um, that, and we're 3 years in, so, well, or going, not really, 2.5. Basically, people have decided to create alts, you know, and maybe they don't play on their mains anymore, and maybe they like their alt better, or stuff. Or and a lot of people have just moved on to other things. You know, there's other games that have come on and stuff like that. I mean, I have a big game coming out April 10th, huge, and I'm like, I'm chomping at the bit for it, and I'm so excited to like delve into it and relearn everything all over again. You know, the whole story and all of it. That's why I'm not even really watching these guys that are like juicily feeding tidbits out. Although I don't mind when they say there's this character or that character or this, but there's some people that just can't let one. I suppose if Dogma 2 comes out, there's going to be people that are going to like step over and on top of and squash each other trying to get the latest bits out, you know, like, I know this, I know more than you, because that's when I watch these, some of those guys have that attitude of, I know more than that guy, and, you know, So I've tried to stay away from that unless it's something like, oh, Square Enix has said this, and then they sum it all up, versus other things. Like, try to stay away from all the politics of it, because I really don't like that. Just, I want to... Oh! Oh, this chest hasn't given me that in an age. Oh my god. Word up. Holy cow. All worth it. Alright. Super excited. Alright, well, let's fire up and get these bad boys. Somebody get that chest down there. Do we really need to? I think we got it last time, right? We got enough level 2 armor to pass along if we need to. 200 and something pieces, 300 pieces. Alright, let's go. I don't think one more is gonna... Bye. Just gotta get there before death decides to show up. Alright. Alrighty, alrighty. Let's go. Let's save. Let's go. Last time he was a pain. He punched me. He punched me. And then he grabbed me too. Awesome. Let's see if he's gonna do it this time. That was fun. But Galadriel was a warrior too, so that might have something to do with it. Like, you know, like his actions. Because she was in there whacking away at him and he didn't like it at all. It was pretty funny. She didn't climb him though. Yay, figured that part out. So she didn't climb, no climbing. She didn't climb the drakes or anything. I figured all that out, so that was nice. Alright. Let's go. He's gonna punch somebody for sure, or do his thing, you know how he is. Oop, wrong thing. Now you know I'm tired when I don't hit my 9-volt bolt. Alright, he's going a different way. He's gonna go sulk in the corner. Now he's yelling. At least he's not making a beeline for me. That's a good thing. Well, I'm going to test that. I'm going to see what happens when I have Gem, too, because she goes charging in there, and I wonder if that, like, makes him break out of his little mold. That's interesting. Oh, boy. That's the bitey face I don't like. Let's see. Let me get myself... There's the bitey face. No one likes Mr. Bitey. No, no one likes Mr. Bitey. Oh, Mr. Bitey. Oh, God. Okay. At least he didn't grab me. He will shoot fireballs at me. Go away, Mr. Bitey face. Just go and sulk in your corner. Whoa, phew. That was better. At least he didn't bite. Oh, man. There's nothing fun about that. I hate when he casts so close. Okay, go into your little sulky face. Come on. Go for him. Help! I've run out of... I'm gonna have to help myself here. Alright. See, all it takes is, like, loading up that stuff. Okay. Yay! Okay. Alright, a gear. Perfect. Oh. Whew, I feel like my game is back to normal now. This had been a nightmare. This had been a nightmare. You're waiting for Cyberpunk? That's December, isn't it, Pam? Or is that September? September, I'm sorry. Isn't that September? Because they were coming out in March. Something like that. Because I remember the dates, or April. They were like coming out like that. And Final Fantasy VII was coming out. Like they were coming out within 2 weeks of one another. And I thought, holy cow, that's a marketing nightmare. Two highly anticipated games um, with and not quite vying for different audiences in a way because people who play um, people who play Final Fantasy VII remake aren't necessarily not going to play Cyberpunk, even though they're kind of two different flavors. You know, you're going to have people who like to play, like me. I because it's CD Projekt Red, I'm definitely like probably gonna get Cyberpunk 2077 as well. It's I know it's got stuff in it, but I know how what CD Projekt Red is like, so I'm looking forward to that one too. When they announced them both, I'm like, I can't get both in the same month. Like my financial advisor would have a heart attack, you know. I could pull the pity card. Maybe she. Nah, she wouldn't. So yeah. Um, and so they were. It was announced. It was coming out. You know, right in. They were within a couple weeks of one another. So it was spring, March something or April something, and Final Fantasies, of course, was pushed back to April 10th, and Cyberpunk's was pushed all the way back to like September. And everybody has said the same thing. Take your time. If you need to push it back, push it back. Even if it's highly anticipated and people have been drooling over it, you know, for a while. Especially Final Fantasy VII Remake because, well, it's been. I can remember, and you probably, all of you probably can too. I'm sorry, I know we're on Dogma, but we got to talk games. It's a game. This is a game. They're all games. I can remember when they did that first like at E3, not the Final Fantasy VII one, but when they did the one for Cyberpunk, and I was like, oh no, that's not me at all, because it showed a lot of shooting and like some odd stuff, and I couldn't piece it all together like what it was going to be like, even though it was CD Projekt Red. So that had to be like 2015. Witcher had just come out, and they were already had their little like bit and it didn't look like something that would interest me. But as more and more has come out, and I could see how it was and how it's gonna play, I was like, oh no, yeah, you know that now that I see it, all of it, have seen like so much of it. Now I'm super interested. Will I pre-order it? No. I did pre-order Final Fantasy VII, however. I said I wouldn't, but I did anyway. So, so you know, So, yeah, I mean because they're both games are made by, well, not the same company, but you know, quality has never been like, oh my, no one has ever said about either company they're a certain way or whatever. And I actually then I vaguely remember, but not really strongly, when they um, had the thing at E3 or one of the deals when they were showing Cloud for like Final Fantasy VII Remake, but that was so long ago that it felt like, eh, they were never going to make it. And then it disappeared, and all we had was that small little bit. We, meaning the gaming community as a whole, all gamers. You know, it was kind of like Cyberpunk, where there was like this little blurb and then nothing. Um, and that's a good thing when you keep your audience interested and you keep them guessing as to what it might be, but you don't really show much until you're ready to show more. I think that's a good policy to have. But I'm conservative by nature anyway about a lot of things. So, you know, what's this? All right, fine. So there's exciting times ahead. And then with PlayStation 5, it they did say it's going to be backwards compatible. They didn't say how far back. So um, but you really like in order to get all of it, you have to go. There's like I said, go and look at Digital Foundry. I'm sure they're gonna have a video out within a day or two, probably putting everything into English. What Mark Cerny said, summing it up. But there was an article already, and then eventually, what they'll do is, without either piece of hardware in front of them. Although some guy on YouTube was like, "Yep, he had a Xbox, the new one, Xbox One X, is that's what it's called, the new whatever it is, and he had it in his hand and he was showing it and all this sort of stuff. Now I never watched it all the way through, so I don't know if he turned it on or anything. But you could tell he was like, I got my hands on one, and he had like three of them sitting there, and I'm thinking, are these facsimiles? Are these for real? Like really? Um, yeah, I can't believe like they're like anyway. I'd much rather go with an unbiased kind of like Digital Foundry where they're going to put things side by side when they have the actual hardware in their hands, and without the actual hardware, at least they can now talk specs and what they mean and put into English some of the stuff Mark Cerny said, which, like I said, sometimes it sounded like there was double speak going on. There wasn't, but I just didn't get it in sometimes. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the gaming week. Stay safe behind your walls of toilet paper and sanitizer. But honestly, soap and water works great. And if you can't find bleach, you know what? Ammonia works just as well. It's also a disinfectant. And then there's other ones. And like I said, so bringing it back full circle to where I started this, when I went to the store, like nobody, you would think people would pick up Lysol or Pine Sol, all good, really good, strong um, um, sanitizers, and the shelves were full of that stuff. Bleach or anything that said Clorox on it was gone. It was all gone. Nothing, anything that said Clorox, there wasn't a thing left. And any kind of hand wipes or whatever. And so I find that amazing, you know. And I was thinking, do people never clean their houses and then they decided just now to clean their house or what? But pretty funny stuff, I think. Anyway, everybody stay safe. And everybody stay healthy. And if everything's willing, I'll be on Saturday. Not sure where I'll be playing. PlayStation 4 or on my Switch. I don't know yet. I definitely need some downtime from Dogma for a few days. I think I've been going at it now pretty strongly for a while. So I will catch you all later. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for making me, be a success at 200. I never thought I'd reach it. Thank you so much. Nighty night.